Hello there, this is a video for an AS photography exam question this year based on Photomontage. Just on these first couple of pages here you can see the student has included 6 different artists' research, just following the process of analysing, writing the considerations and then the post-process and pre-planning considerations they will have to make if they want to work in the same style. Really thorough research, looking really good, really great way to start. On the next page here, loads of little luggage labels just showing a little connection to shadows and silhouettes, which is one of the things that she based her work around, which in this case was fairy tales. She was looking at Peter Pan and using shadows and silhouettes in her first starting points as a means to develop her work and ideas. She also attempted to use her own drawing just as a little arts-based link into the work she's doing. 3 little final bits of research here on this page really helped us strengthen that AO1 assessment objective and just help the examiner to see that your quality and ability to research early on in the exam. And then this bit here on this page, digital montages, just shows a mix between yours and the artist linked together. This one here, starting points 1, that's just showing the shadows taken in the dark room where she's used strong light source and then a figure to try and project shadows onto the background. She's presented raw and corrected sets there just to show her ability to be selective. And then right underneath those sets there you can clearly see how little artist links and then images that she selected. On the right hand side page were just a couple of series showing what she's done. These next sets here are based on, again, shadows. Different sets were taken just to link back to that Peter Pan idea, which is what she had and what our artists related to. On these next pages here, these are developments, everything from joiners that she's tried, layering images together with different layer modes, and then mixing her drawings, stencils, silhouettes and shadows all together in one image. With just loads of information where she's analysed it, has it been relevant to the question, has it also been refined from what she planned to do. Again, next couple of pages, just showing combinations of images in series and joiners. This little title page here links then to her next part of the work following on from Peter Pan, which is about Red Riding Hood, and she's included images that she's taken afterwards in with the research as a little artist connection to the rest of the work. And it's quite thorough, really good. This particular person's work, we were looking to be near enough maximum marks, purely because of how well thought out that she'd made the entire book. This next set of starting points, again, just showing those really good important stages, which are the ones that she's taken forward, which are the ones that she's selected on the contact sheets, and also plenty of analysis, looking at everything from the rule of thirds, talking about composition, everything like that she's tried to get in there. On this side here you can see that she's got corrected on one, raw on another, just to help that examiner to see the fine differences between some of those little sort of changes that you can sometimes make. Next pages here, layering, arrangements of images, different series, just showing the best crop sections and the best parts of her images. And the next bit here, how she's done arrangements. Sometimes if the examiner doesn't know what you've done, it doesn't help them to get into your work. So if you can actually show what you've done on Photoshop, how you've done it, what you're intending to do, it can really help strengthen your grade. And the key thing is, it shows how confident you are. These little last joiners here are the ones that she definitely selected to take forward, and she thought they resolved her ideas the best. Now throughout this question she looks at Peter Pan, she looks at Red Riding Hood, she later on goes to look at Alice in Wonderland as well, and then which is what she finishes off with. And she also looks at, God, I can't remember now. You'll see as the rest of the video goes on. I've been put off by my rabbit in this current video here, as well as my wife tried to put me off. These next few bits here are all to do with the shots that she's taken in a mirror and images that she's then taken of her cousin, basically attempting to act as if she was Sleeping Beauty. So you've got Sleeping Beauty, Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, and then hopefully that will all make one set of work. These ones here as well, Snow White, which is the final one. Again, she's just showing raw, corrected, explaining the connections in the work, and then also just what she intended to do. And she left a little bit of extra post-it note action there, but I don't know what that was about. Alright, moving on. 2 big images. It helps to have a couple of pages where there's not so much writing, but there is big visual engagement of what you think are your best images. Helps the examiner to understand what you think's the best, and shows your ability to understand and select the best ones. These ones here, nice little development. She got the actual person who was in the photographs to write the actual story of Snow White out, and then she laid that story that was in her handwriting on top of the images. And then these last ones here are just crop joiners and arrangements of the best ones that she'd taken so far. Here, what's being looked at there, that is again just going back to Anna Leibovitz and the other couple of artists who are really relevant to Alice in Wonderland in the rest of the work that she decided to do. These ones here, smaller set that she took, she did it in one go, but it was a really good set. It showed good use of 50mm lens as well, so all the portraits came out looking a little bit more impressive than just using a standard kit lens. And then on these next ones, little sort of simple layered images, not going too crazy with Photoshop, just combining images together to show off the best bits. And as this little booklet shows there, she's done a fair few amounts of development there, but she's not gone too crazy. She's tried to be selective, and she didn't want to go too Photoshoppy because it wasn't relevant to the artist. There's no point getting your Photoshop gun out if you're not going to sort of fire it in the right direction. These next two pieces are examples of a sort of made final piece, and there's some at the end that you'll see where she's actually made them and then cellulose thinned to create a background. Here's just one of the images that she then put back into that frame, and she just picked the best couple from each set and used them. These little book pages here on the left have been made using cellulose thinners to transfer images. That's really important that you try and do that. Try and get experimental with it. Don't just use Photoshop. Try and think of traditional techniques. And this sheet here, which I'll show the actual sheets for later into the book, they are 3 different sheets that I get students to do, called a rationale, contents, and an artist connection sheet. They really are important. I'll show you about them in a minute. These last couple of slides here are final pieces, just really better quality images than what we saw before. And then these ones that are on here that are going to follow next are called the Rationale Sheet, which this is the content sheet. But this one here, the Rationale, that shows why she did it, what she intended to do, and the relation to her question. And along with this one here that shows the artist connections from start to finish. These last few sheets are just big A2 sheets that go along with the book submission, just because of using sketchbooks, thinking things can get a bit lost. And this one here, a little isolated print by itself, really helps to show the examiner what you're capable of. Little rough sketch drawing that was used as a component for layering, and more cellulose thinned images. I hope this video has been helpful, and that's about it. Bye.